Hello viewers, you're welcome to my channel. If this is the first time of seeing me, my name is Emeka, the Chief Priest, also known as Mazi Chukwemeka. On this channel, I discuss spiritual tips and help people live a spiritual active life. Today, I want to talk about the contents inside OKE ITE. I've done this video for quite a long time, but so many people want to know more about OKE ITE. And what is OKE ITE? OKE ITE is a pot of charm. OKE ITE is a pot of charm. Is a pot that has been created and concocted and put so many materials in it to attract money. That is the content in OKE ITE. So I want to inform people about the dangers of using OKE ITE. Why OKE ITE is not good. Today I want to talk about the contents, ingredients inside OKE ITE. The reason why it should be avoided. If you're someone that is coming into ordinary spirituality, you're trying to practice African spirituality, come with the mindset of venerating spiritual forces and allowing them to take a natural, doing things naturally for you. Do not involve in diabolical charms. Why am I saying so? Because I'm making this evangelistic teaching to help people, to remove people from the things that will destroy them. And it's very, very important that if you pay attention to this and take these instructions and do the needful. The ingredients inside the OKE ITE. This video will not be long. I don't want to waste so much time on this video. The ingredients inside OKE ITE must have human parts in it. Let me tell you how they do it. I'm a chief priest. And this is my field, this is my work. I know everything about this field. When it comes to OKE ITE, the ingredients that will be involved in it must have human parts. And how did they get these human parts? That is why if you check in ordinary spirituality, please, I'm sorry, my voice is not as audible enough because I have a little cold and catarrh, so I decided to make this video. But if because of my voice, yesterday night I had a little flu, which I'm getting better now. I wouldn't want to shout what I'm saying now. The reason why I will not want me to be buried and be put in a morgue, a mortuary, is because some of these sharp practices that happen in the mortuary is not something good. It's not palatable. Because some of the things that sometimes you realize that when somebody, especially a young person, is brought into the morgue, before they do the burial, they might have taken away some sensitive parts, or the sensitive parts of that person's body. These sharp practices happen a lot of times in the morgue, or in the mortuary. So this is where some of these diabolical and fetish DBS usually get their materials from. So OKE ITE must involve human parts. Sometimes they can even use a child's placenta to do OKE ITE. They might use human parts. They might use a newborn baby. They might use most of these organ harvesters. They are the ones that are supplying some of these dangerous DBS with these parts, and whatever that has human parts will be bringing fast money, very, very fast money. In less than 3 months, the person has started seeing millions, billions. But the problem is that whatever goes around comes around. That at a point, the spirit of those people that they killed, whether the person's human part is only this finger, the way this life is, the way God created everything. These parts, this human part, like, let me just use my finger as an example now. This one finger has my spirit in it. Yes. If they cut this finger now and they use this finger for any diabolical stuff, my spirit is still in that finger, even if my whole spirit is still working in my body. But that one that they took away, there's still life inside it. They can use it for anything. So that is how it is when it involves this OKE ITE. OKE ITE have, sometimes they have more than 200 parts of different animals in it. And these animals are animals that are too, when it comes to physical, when you see them physically, these animals are very fast when it comes to their delivery. I'll give you an instance. Some animals may involve like this squirrel. You know how squirrel is very fast when you're trying to catch it. They will use it. Sometimes they will use a head of pig or parts of pig will get involved. Sometimes they use bats, flying bats. Those ones are flying in the night. Sometimes they will use cobra. They will use cats, black cats. They will use animals that they use that are very, some of these animals that they use that are very smart physically, but you cannot catch them, especially dog. I know the kind of dog they're going to use is not all these kind of foreign dogs that are so, or these kind of dogs that are so lazy, that don't, that are not sharp. If you know the kind of dog they use for hunting, those kind of dogs that when they want to bite you, they will bite you. You know those kind of dogs. You know those kind of wild animals. These are the animals that they use. Or sometimes they use this kind of this guinea fowl. If you know what guinea fowl is. There are so many animals. They can use more than 200 animals, sometimes 50. It depends on what the dibia, the chief priest, wants to use to concoct it. And the higher the animal, the higher number of animals inside it determine the faster result it produces, it brings. So that is why we're warning people, as it's the way our Igbo people have an adage that says the way the kola nut is sounding in the ear is not the way the taste is. As they're chewing it, as making a very sweet sound, that is not how the taste is. Akilu na adanante awugoto satononu. So instead of you going for OKE ITE, I will tell you to go, don't even go for Okawele. All of them are still the same thing. We have Ibobo, we have Unite, we have Okawele and the rest. What you should do is to do the normal feeding of your spiritual forces, which I can do for you. Or you can do it by yourself if you learn how to do it. These ones are natural. They don't demand anything from you. They are like the way you subscribe for data in your phone. It will not, doesn't demand. Natural things does not demand. The only thing is that if you are not venerating or doing them, you might not be seeing any result. Doesn't mean that they're demanding for you. It's just for you to subscribe. So sometimes aligning with your spiritual forces means that you're subscribing for them to work for you. That is how it works. But it's not the case of that those things demanding. Whenever an OKE ITE is concocted, it becomes a deity. Let me tell you what a deity is. A deity is a spirit. And a spirit, once it has been assembled and been given that power and be charged to work, a spirit doesn't know who creates it. A spirit is almost like a robot. You know, a robot is, after it has been programmed to do a certain, the way you know how robots behave, to act in a certain way, act under somebody's command. The similarity between a robot and an OKE ITE spirit is almost the same thing, but the difference is that an OKE ITE spirit doesn't hear sorry. An OKE ITE spirit at a point will start acting on its own without being told what to do. So you that you're going to it, be careful, because we don't want to repeat the mistakes that our grandparents did. Some of them didn't do money rituals. What they did was this kind of man pass man power. For some of them use it for protection, so that somebody doesn't use it, try to pull them down spiritually. These are the kind of charms that they did. But some of those charms are still disturbing their children and their grandchildren till today. That is why we're teaching these things, to discourage young people. I'm warning these young people. Most young people want it fast without using their God-given talents and their skill to do something reasonable. If somebody, sometimes making money is from your spiritual guide, your chi is the one to determine whether you are going to make money or not. Hmm? Making money, our people have an adage that says oba sinachi, oba sinachi. If you're going to be anything, it is from your destiny. Your destiny is what you came to this world to do. If your destiny is not to become wealthy, somebody can do that OKE ITE and succeed in it. Maybe it's their destiny. But you are trying to copy and paste, you might end up putting yourself in great danger. So that is why we're discouraging people, especially young people. Do not do something that you end up regretting later. What you should do is that align yourself with your spiritual forces. And your spiritual forces are in a four formation. Your personal guide is your chi, your ancestors, ndi ichie, your ndemiri, your water forces, and your spiritual mates, nduke. That are all of them that are accompanied you to this life. Once you are venerating and feeding them, once in a while, make sure something leaves your hand. Don't always be stingy. Once in a while, make sure something leaves your hand. There are some sacrifices that don't need you to kill anything, that doesn't need you to kill any animal. Those ones are the ones you go to the river and maybe offer edibles to the water spirit. You understand? So all the time, if something leaves your hand, the more your hand is giving out, the more you also be receiving. That's the law of nature. Whatever you sow is what you reap. You don't always want to reap when you didn't sow properly. And when you are sowing, always sow on a good soil. Don't sow on a soil that will leave you in regrets. There's the one we do for spiritualists. That one is called Ukukwagu. And Ukukwagu is actually meant for spiritualists. Before you become a spiritualist, you must be a called one. And a called one is someone that has the calling to carry out spiritual services or work. Not everybody that can claim to become a called one. If you're not called, don't disturb yourself, because this calling is not for everyone. It is for a tough-minded people. So, in case you are the type that you're a spiritualist and things are not moving, or things are not working after you assembling your altar, we can do that to Kokwa for you. We do it, then with time, especially for those that don't have a space or a place of their own where they can, maybe you're staying in the town, and you don't have a space where you can keep it, then we can do it and keep it for you. Then when you've gotten a place of your own, maybe a land of your own, or a place where maybe your late parents have appropriated or has willed to you, then you can come and carry it. Then you will not transfer it to the ground after you've taken it from us. That one is a different thing entirely. So, but for this video, I want to discourage people from doing OKE ITE. Whoever tells you that OKE ITE is good, that person is deceiving you. OKE ITE is destructive. Focus on feeding your spiritual forces. They are natural forces that they will focus on what you do. If you're the type that you're doing business, or you're a student, or you are a government worker, or you are into business, selling, buying and selling, retailing, wholesaling and all that, when you're feeding these spiritual forces, they take things gradual, and they'll be helping you. The most important thing that people don't even know when it comes to feeding spiritual forces is your life. Today, many people have gone. Many people are gone after even making the money. Some have bought their cars and that was the end. So why are you interested in acquiring wealth when you know that the most important thing is the health? Your health and your life is more important than that money that you are looking for. Money should be an adage or an added stuff. So focus more on how to make you live longer, longevity. So in case you are watching this video for the first time, please do not hesitate to subscribe to my channel. And if you find this video helpful, you can also use your share button, share it on your social media timeline or handles, so that people can also watch it. And you can also put on your notification bell so that anytime I post a new video, you'll be the first to be updated. And then you can also put in a comment in case maybe you find anything I said here that you don't understand. You can drop a comment on the comment section. I'll be able to respond to it. For those that want to do Alpha consultation, I run Alpha consultation services. And Alpha is what we call spiritual diagnosis. So if you want Alpha consultation, you can call me on this or chat me on this WhatsApp number 090 4011 3281. Thanks for stopping by. Legacy.